The Dualtron Dolphin and Dualtron Togo are relatively similar scooters, however, this video will help you determine which one is for you. The Togo does require some assembly. You have to put the handlebars on and you have to put some of the consoles on. The trigger comes on already, the screen is already on, but you have to put on the left brake and the left turn signal module. The boxes that they come in seem to be exactly the same size. Unboxing is pretty straightforward. I was impressed with the packaging. I do wish there was a little bit less assembly required, but other than that, it was pretty good. Let's dive deeper into what makes these two scooters different and similar. This is the Dolphin's display, and this is the Togo's display. The Togo is more squared. The Togo has a bigger button cluster than the Dolphin. In order to turn on the Dolphin, you need to use the NFC key that is provided. The Togo does not have that feature. The Togo shows the turn signals on the console, but the Dolphin shows it on the screen. Both scooters have nice bells, however the one on the Dolphin seems to be a little bit slightly higher pitched. The Dolphin has a thumb throttle, and the Togo has a trigger throttle. Both scooters have a similar brake design with the bell on it. The Togo seems to have a slightly brighter headlight than the Dolphin. It's also mounted slightly higher than the Dolphin. Okay, let's dive deeper into the actual design of the scooters. The Dolphin is slightly smaller than the Togo. This is my hand next to it, and then this is my hand next to the Togo. The Dolphin has a sleeker tail design, but the Togo seems to have a more robust design. I think the Togo looks a little bit better. The Togo has a place where you can put a license plate. I think that's a good feature. The Dolphin, again, it's just more sleek designed. The Dolphin has a charge port on the neck, but the Togo has one that's on the side. I have to say I like the one on the Dolphin a little bit better. Both scooters have similar acceleration, however the Dolphin is a little bit faster because it has a more powerful motor.
19. Let's keep going for a little bit more and I'll do the opposite direction. So we got 18 or 19 going this direction on the. It feels faster. Maybe it's, I think I'm going down a slight hill here.
The Dolphin has pretty good acceleration. It can get up to top speed decently quick.
21. 22 on the display, that's the max speed.
The acceleration on the Togo is slightly less than the Dolphin, but it still gets you going pretty fast.
See a 19 on the display. 20. So 20 for a second.
The Togo does take a lot longer to hit top speed.
I think I'm going into the wind.
The Togo hits a top speed of 18 miles per hour. Both scooters you can ride just about anywhere. The terrain doesn't really matter. They're just so good at handling it. Togo is smaller and can handle turns easier. I think that's a really fun feature about it because you can go on sidewalks like these with no issue. It handles bumps like there aren't even there.
Good suspension on it.
It just seems
Really
like
good.
a pretty simple scooter,
Took that
and I think
bump
that's
very
something
easily.
that makes it unique. I'd rather it just be a lot simpler if you're just going to take it on a quick ride and stuff than have like a million different features. That's one thing I really like about the Togo. The Togo definitely feels way more rugged than the Dolphin. Like you can just take anything you throw at it. There's no worries whatsoever. I think the Togo, personally, I just think it has a more sporty kind of feel. Like when you take turns, you can do it quicker than the Dolphin and that sort of stuff. It just feels more nimble. And I do like the trigger throttle better than the thumb throttle, because if you're riding in the cold like I am, your finger, with the position of it just being there, it's not going to freeze as fast as your thumb will. The thing I like the least about the Togo is that the range is only about 5 miles if you're riding in cold conditions. You might get like 7 if you're riding in the highest mode in regular conditions, but I just really wish the battery was slightly bigger. That's one major downside of the Togo. The Togo is just way more fun if you're just going on a short ride and you don't really need to go that far. You don't really care about range too much. You just want to have fun. This is literally the perfect scooter for you. With its suspension and everything, in turn signals, you really just can't beat it.
Faster than most other 36 volts.
Switching over to the Dualtron Dolphin
I
now.
think it's, with it being 36 volts,
This one's got a 36 volt, 15 amp hour battery that's going to be about 597 watt hours. It's going to give you about 10 miles of real world range if you're riding in cold conditions like this. The Dolphin, I feel, is more about the style. It just seems really luxurious almost in a sense. The Dolphin has slightly better performance, and I think that if you're looking for a step up after the Togo, this is a good scooter to get.
Should I go straight, left, or right? I'm going
It has a solid rear tire, which is helpful for hitting bumps, because most of the time when you hit bumps, it's actually the rear tire that goes flat, not the front tire. So having that solid rear tire really gives you that sense of assurance when you hit bumps. If your commute is farther, then the Dolphin is definitely a better pick for you. There's more information on the screen of the Dolphin than there is on the Togo. You can see the battery, it's in 5 different bars, but the Togo only has 4. Design of the Dolphin, where the controls are and the consoles are and everything, I think that's a little bit better done than the Togo. It just looks a lot nicer. I mean, we've seen that rectangular button cluster on the left a million times on a million different scooters. It's kind of nice to see something different. And it's much more simple too. Like you got the light and the power button on the right, and then you have both turn signals on the left, which I just think is better rather than them just all being on one side.
If you're quick enough, you can grab it when it's still at that price.
So who should get the Dolphin?
$7.99 in about a week from now.
If you're looking for a lightweight commuter scooter that has decent range, it's reliable, has pretty good suspension, and has all the features you'd expect on a slightly higher up scooter, then this is definitely a good pick for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Keep riding.